Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Here I will present about the material ethics in chemical engineering. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is M. Edu Danduwenda Iskandar with ID number 1212300197 from the Department of Chemical Engineering, Faculty of Industrial Engineering from Universitas Pembangunan Veteran Nasional Yogyakarta. And here are the six point of material that I will explain. The first one being the abstract, second one is the introduction, the third one is objective, the fourth one is experimental design, the fifth one is results and discussion, and the sixth being concluding remarks. The first one is the abstract. Bibliometric analysis is used to determine the development of ethics in chemical engineering using VOSviewer software. The first one is being abstract. The first one is bibliometric analysis is used to determine the development of ethics in chemical engineering using VOSviewer software. The first one is bibliometric analysis is used to determine the development of ethics in chemical engineering using VOSviewer software. The second one is the data is used taken from the Scopus database with the keywords ethics and N of N chemical and engineering, and obtained 261 publications from 1980 to 2023. The fourth is the results of the analysis shows that the interest of researchers in ethics in chemical engineering is still very small because there are still few publications. And the fourth one is this bibliometric analysis provides trends in ethics research in chemical engineering from year to year and estimates its opportunities in the future. And then I will explain the introduction. Several studies have identified ethical dilemmas in students who will face their careers. It is important for students to be prepared for this decision. Students need to understand how the decision they make will impact the product or tool used, the customer who buy the product, and their reputation as an engineer and as a person. Chemical engineering is a professional that plays an important and direct role in human life. Therefore, engineers must uphold their ethical responsibilities to the highest standards. Formal education in chemical engineering is relatively young field, with the first of course introduced in Manchester in the late 19th century. However, chemical processes are much older and have been taught to the younger generation throughout recorded history. Due to changes in chemical engineering education and the way it is taught, the need for this education will remain critical in the future if sustainable solutions to the major social challenges facing humanity are to be developed. As technology and environment develop rapidly, ethics in something that must be at the core of engineering. Engineering ethics is an area of ethical principles applied to engineering practice. Engineering ethics examines and defines engineers' obligations to society. Customers and the profession ethics should be taught to the student in 4 dimensions or moral processes: awareness, judgment, intention, and behavior. Bibliometric analysis is a popular tool for studying publication rates and topic shift in the emerging literature. Therefore, a thorough understanding of the research topic will be an important tool for assessing its current status and future direction. This bibliometric analysis aims to review ethical development in chemical engineering using a collection of relevant document data. After reviewing the document data collection, there were no documents discussing ethics in chemical engineering. Second one is the database and methodology. In this research, the scope of the journal is limited by time of publication, namely from 1980 to 2023. Data was taken from the Scopus database on September 27, 2023. The data was analyzed to represent existing information. The development of ethical topics in chemical engineering was analyzed using VOSviewer software to produce concurrent occurrences of published title terms. VOSviewer, or also called VV, is a software used to visualize bibliometrics, maps, or data sets that contain bibliographic fields such as title, author, writer, journal, etc. In this research, VV is used for bibliometric analysis, mapping topics to the latest research, searching for the most widely used references in a particular field or more. VV is able to read database from various online journal sites such as Google Scholar, Web of Science, Scopus, Dimension, and pub the RIS, EndNote, and RefWork dataset formats can also be read bibliometric analysis using VOSviewer. Through the API feature, VV can retrieve data from Crossref Pump PMC, Schematic Scholar, OCC, COCI, Wikidata. The keywords is used in the Scopus database search are title, ABS, keys, ethical in chemical engineering. With year interval ranging from 1980 to 2019, the search shows that there are 216 publications regarding ethical in chemical engineering. The selected data is converted to RIS, and information contained in RIS format is used for similarity visualize FOSS using VOSviewer software. Next, I will The third one I will explain about results and discussion. From search results starting in 1980 until the data was taken, there have been 261 publications with 9 different types of documents regarding ethics in chemical engineering. The most frequently papers with 98 documents, articles with 91 documents, and review with 33 documents, and there are book and book chapter with the same number, namely 10 documents each. Conference, reviews, and erratums, which are also same number, 7 documents each. Apart from that, there are only a few documents published, namely editorials of 4 documents, and short surveys of 1 document, 0.4%. Table 1 shows, this graph shows that the first one, the most published is conference papers with 98 publication. The second one is articles with 91 publication, and the third one is 33 publication. Fourth, 10 publication. Book chapters, 10 publication. Conference reviews, erratum, 7 publication. Editorial, 1 publication, and short surveys is 1 publication. Based on the search from 1980 to 2004, the number of publication was still small because there were less than 10 publications per year. Then from 2005 to 2007, there were slight increases which exceeded 10 publications per year, namely 16 to 18 publications. In the following years, the number of publications fluctuated until 2021 became the year with the most publication, namely 21 publications. With this, it can be seen that researchers' interest in ethics in chemical engineering is increasing, but is still very small because the number of publications is still small. Thus, the opportunity to conduct research on ethics in chemical engineering is still very high. As you can see on figure 1, from the year 1980 to 2023, most influential source types and source titles, a total of 261 publications from 1980 to 2023 come from several types of sources. Of the 261 publications, 127 journals were the most frequently published type of source, followed by 94 conferences proceedings, which were the second most frequently published and of source. Then the other 40 publications consisted of trade journals, books, book series, and reports. Figure 2 shows that The types of source and number of publications on ethics in chemical engineering started from 1980 to 2023. Figure 2 shows that the source type of ethics in chemical engineering from 1980 to 2023. According to the search results from 1980 to 2023 of 261 publications have 155 sources titles. Of the 155 sources titles, there are 10 sources that have the most influence in accordance to Table 2 with ASEE Annual Conference and Exposition Conference occupies first position with a total of 37 publications. This shows that ASEE Annual Conference and Exposition Conference is the most influential sources titles from 1980 to 2023. The next influential source titles are ASEE. These are the top 10 sources titles of ethics in chemical engineering from 1980 to 2023. Subject area: a total of 261 publications also have 25 influential subject areas from 1980 to 2023. Table 3 shows that the top 10 most influential subject areas, namely the first position is engineering with 118. The second is the social sciences, 56, and the third is chemical engineering with 54. The fourth is chemistry with 49, and the fifth is medicine with 40. Here are the top 10 subject ethics in the chemical engineering from 1980 to 2023. Institutions and countries that contribute most to the publication on ethics in chemical engineering in 1980 to 2023. Based on search results from 1980 to 2023, 160 institutions from 47 countries and 1 unknown country have contributed to 261 existing publications. Table 4 shows that top 10 institutions that have contributed to publication according to the Scopus database. During these years, 1980 to 2023, Rowan University occupied the first position with 8 publications, then followed by the University of Colorado Boulder 5 and Illinois Urbana-Champaign 4. All three which are the United States. From the table, it can also be seen that country that contribute the most is the United States, because position 1 to 8 are occupied by the United States. Table 4 shows top 10 institutions and countries that most contribute publication of ethics in chemical engineering from 1980 to 2023. The first one being Rowan University with 8 publications, the second one University of Colorado with 5 publications, the third one is University of Illinois with 4 publications, the fourth being NC State University with 4 publications, the fifth is Tufts University 4 publications, and the sixth is 4 university. The sixth is the University of Mexico with 4 publications, and 7 is CYS Structural Engineers with 3 publications. Also Pennsylvania State University, Sverdlovsky University of Mossad, and the 10th being CNRS Center National de Land Research Scientific. As you can see here, 1 through 8 is held by the United States, and only 2 other countries other than United States that have public about the journal. The 3.5 analysis of co-occurrence of terms. Co-occurrence of terms analysis was carried out using VOSviewer software, which aims to provide an overview of research trends from 1980 to 2023. From the results of analysis, a list of keywords in publication was obtained, which are used to show specific research trends. Figure 3 shows that the results of analysis using VOSviewer, namely there are 90 items, 5 clusters, 1,377 links, and 3,698 total link strength. The size of the keyword circle describes the number of times the keywords appears in publication. Some keywords that often appears are ethics, engineering education, students, chemical engineering, and human. This shows that there is interest in developing the application of ethics in chemical engineering. As you can see here, figure 3, there are network co-occurrence of ethics in chemical engineering. Cluster 1, which has 40 items, is depicted in the red. Largest keyword circles is engineering education with 53 links, 332 total strength link, and 64 occurrences. Cluster 2, which has 33 items, is depicted in green. The largest keyword circles is ethics with 75 links, 387 total link strength, and 72 occurrences. Cluster 3, which has 14 items, is depicted in the blue. The largest keyword circle is engineering education with 61 links, 251 total link strength, and 36 occurrences. And cluster 4, which has 2 items, is depicted in yellow. The largest keyword circle is risk management with 33 links, 47 link strength total, and 8 occurrences. Cluster 5, being which has 1 item, is depicted in purple. The largest keyword circles is disaster with 30 links and 60 total link strength and 7 occurrences. And next is the analysis co-authorship of terms. Analysis of co-authorship of terms was also carried out using VOSviewer software, which aims to provide an overview of research trends from 1980 to 2023. From the results of analysis, a list of researchers in publication was obtained, which was used to show specific research trends. Figure 4 shows the results of the analysis using VOSviewer, namely there are 23 items, 4 cluster, 105 links, and 117 links total in strength. The size of the researchers' circles describe the number of appearances of the researchers in publication. Some researchers who often appears are Bielefeld, A.R. Kenny, N. Knight, D. Palmer, M. N. Swans, C. This shows that there is interest among researchers in developing the application of ethics in chemical engineering. Figure 4, this is figure 4. Cluster 1 has 11 items depicted in red. The largest research circles is Bodnar in California with 16 links, 16 total link strength, and 2 documents. Cluster 2, which has 7 items, is depicted in green. The largest circles researchers is Anastasio D. Burke, D. Cooper, and Cooper M. All 3 of them have 7 links, 13 total strengths, and 3 documents. Cluster 3, which has 3 items, is depicted in the blue. The largest research circle is Farrell S. with 14 links, 14 total strengths, and 2 documents. Cluster 4, which has 2 items, is depicted in yellow. The largest research circle in Jahan K with 13 links, 13 total link strength, and 2 documents. Publication 37.5%. The type of source that was most published was journal, namely 127 publication, and most published source was titled ASEE, the Annual Conference and Exposition Conference, namely 37 publication. Apart from that, there are subject areas that are most influential in publication, including engineering, social sciences, and chemical engineering. The United States is the country that contributes the most to publication, with several institutions such as Rowan University, University of Colorado Boulder, and Illinois Urbana-Champaign. Analysis with VOSviewer shown that there is close relationship between network and another. So it can be concluded that ethics, engineering education students, chemical engineering and human are interesting topics and have a great opportunities for publication. Fourth is the conclusion. Based on the bibliometric analysis of ethics in chemical engineering from 1980 to 2023, publication on ethics in chemical engineering shows progress. The type of documents that was most published was conference paper, namely 98 use. The customers who buy the products as well as your reputation as an engineer and as a person, because ethics in chemical engineering is very important for facing career decision. Research on ethics in chemical engineering must be continued to develop so that there are more innovative publication in applying ethics in chemical engineering. For the fifth, there is future direction. With the ethical dilemmas faced by students facing their careers, it is important to make ethics in chemical engineering a publication topic. Ethics in chemical engineering is at the core of engineering and will have an impact on the product or tools.